Hi everyone, it's Alan here. I thought I'd try a new style of video because I keep getting questions on my Instagram and my socials on how to do a particular kick. And I know watching online tutorials or YouTube videos or Instagram breakdown videos, they may not have the details that you need. They looks cool, but when you actually try it yourself, it's actually really hard to get it. So I've been teaching this kick for over 15 years and I keep seeing the same mistake. So in this video, I want to break down the 540 kick for you and give you all the details that you need. So when you practice it, you can actually unlock it a lot quicker. So the 540 kick is one of my favorite kicks. I remember as a kid watching Mortal Kombat Conquest, and almost everyone in that show was doing the 540 kick, and the way they froze in the air and kick, it was mind-blowing. And I remember going to Shaolin Kung Fu where I was first training martial arts, and there was one guy at the academy that could do it, and as soon as he did it, everyone was like, whoa, that's so cool. They weren't teaching it within the class, so this guy just did it during the breaks, and everyone's like, wow, this is amazing. I was a junior and he was a senior. As a kid, I was so shy. I really want to ask him, but inside I was so scared, I was so nervous. It took me a few weeks, and then I finally had the courage to walk up to him during one of the breaks, and I tapped on his back and I said, hey, you know, your 540 kick, can you show me? He just looked at me, smirked, as if, oh, who's this kid? And he walked off. And I was so embarrassed. I never forgot that. So that's why these days, if anyone asks me for any tips or any advice on any movements, I'm always happy to help. I don't want to hold anything back. So hence partly why I want to share these tutorials. So for me, without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. I'm going to show you how the 540 kick using one of my reels here. This reel, when I released it a couple of years ago, it actually went viral. I'm going to use this clip because it actually shows you the key movements that we need. Drill number one, this first drill, the purpose of this drill simply for you to learn to elevate. You'll notice as I step across, I'm elevating, I'm pushing off from my toes. So from your toes is very important. You have to really maximize everything. You know, the way basketballers jump, the way they jump and the toe is the last to leave the ground. So that's what I want you to do here. And you notice I'm extending all the way, my leg is straight, okay? And my knee here, my non-kicking leg, my knee is going as high as possible, okay? So that is the goal for this first drill. If you can do that, then you're on your way. Second drill is I want to hop over. So I'm still doing this, push off my toes, my legs straight, and notice my kicking leg is going all the way over that knee. So what a lot of people do wrong is they tend to go across instead of going over, okay? So what I want you to do, see how my knee actually goes close to my chest? You want to go over, and then you do the landing. Number three is where we add the kick. I'm going to show you through my first video here. So what a lot of people, the big mistake that a lot of people make in doing these kicks is they treat it like a tornado kick. So what happens is their hands go in this direction, where it's almost like your arms are parallel to the ground, which is the way you do for Chi 720 or a tornado kick. Your shoulders and your arms are parallel to the ground, okay? 540, you actually want to do perpendicular to the ground. You want a circle that's like this. So you notice how my arm is actually going in a circular motion this way. And that drives my chest up. And this is particularly important if your legs are not as long, your arms become your driving power. So I use my arms a lot in a lot of my movements, okay? So my arms drive my power, my whole body up. Then you'll notice also my chest is leaning back in this position, yeah? A lot of people I see when they're doing these movements, their chest tends to go forward. You want to make sure you're leaning back. When do I execute the kick? I execute the kick when my chest faces the front, okay? Not before. So you want to wait till your chest fully faces to the front, then you execute the kick, full extension in that kick. Now the last point is the landing. The landing, you'll notice my hips, so watch my hips. I'm not moving to the side as much as a lot of beginners tend to do. So a lot of people, when they throw it, they tend to go across. What I want you to do is to go up and stay in that position and rotate on the same position. So if you compare my hips to where the speakers are at the back with the line on the wall, it just barely moves across that line and then back down. Okay, so you don't want to move too much. So up and then really push it down and really torque it down for that landing. Okay, and we're going to do the same in this video here. See how I use my arms, get a full circle, my knee goes up, chest is leaning back, hips is forward, execute the kick, and I'm barely moving across, just like that. So I hope you like this type of style of video. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you do like this style, let me know so I can make more for you. But any other questions, let me know.